Happy week to you, everybody. This is Pastor Gray coming your way with another nugget for you to chew on for the week. We finished our series on the Lord's Prayer, and if you have not heard it, you need to go back to the website and download some of those and chew on. Now I'm starting a brand new series for our weekly messages, and we're going to go back to the Red Sea experience. The Red Sea experience. Today, I'm coming from Exodus chapter 14, verses 1 and 2. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Tell the Israelites to turn back and encamp near Pi-hahiroth, between Migdol and the sea. They are to encamp by the sea directly opposite Baal-zephon." Now, without going into a lot of details about what's taking place, I'm going to give you a little bit of a map. So watch me carefully. Egypt is here in the south. It's the northernmost part of Africa, and the children of Israel have just been let out and are now swinging around to go further north up through Philistine territory. It is the shortest route into Canaan and the Promised Land. And what God tells Moses and the children of Israel as they're headed up this way is to turn around and come back towards Egypt. Keep that in your head. I'm going to tell you one of my pet peeves. I have watched more than my share of romantic comedies. I've gotten better. I can tolerate and understand the need and even appreciate a good one, but there's always, can I confess to you, there's always this one part that drives me nuts. It's the end. Because normally, in the typical romantic comedy, they're going to end with the couple who has gone through this stuff. They didn't like one another at first, and slowly, through some strange events, they've been drawn together, and I can deal with all of that. But I get upset because they get to the spot where they've decided to get married, and now they're walking down the aisle out, and they're playing the hinky little perky love song music as they walk out, and there's that long look back at my sidekick that helped to get everything together, and then they run off and we see the credits, the end, and everybody goes, "Ah!" And like Disney, we say, "And they lived happily ever after." Anybody who's been married 5 minutes knows that's not the end. You just getting started. And that's the problem that I have with this story. Anytime we hear it, we believe the end of the story is when the children of Israel get out of Egypt. They are free from Egypt, and we give a little throwback look at the Red Sea, because who doesn't want to see the Red Sea? And then the credits roll. And if you know the Bible story, if you know your story, that's not the end. In fact, it's only the beginning. That whole idea that we've come out and that everything's going to be rosy and perfect and it's got a straight shot, this shortcut all the way to the promised land of my life, God stops before they even have the Red Sea experience, turns them around and leads them back closer toward the Egypt they were trying to escape. Could this be God? I'm here to let you know that when it comes to getting to your promised land and God leading, there are no shortcuts. There is no short way to get there, because the promised land is not the destination externally. The promised land is the destination internally. And there's getting out of Egypt. That's the external. But then there's getting Egypt out of you. That, my brother, my sister, takes considerably more time. That is a route that twists and turns. That is a route where God takes you to the very borders of the Red Sea and has Pharaoh come after you. That involves parting Red Seas and taking you into deserted places. That involves manna and water falling from the rock and running in circles, it seems like, for generations of your life. So this week, I want you to chew on this. If things are not where you think they ought to be, it could be not a punishment from God, just God's way of working Egypt out of you. We're going to spend some time here for the next several weeks and see the process that God begins once he's got us out of Egypt. Till now, have patience with God, for he has infinite patience with you. Trust him, for he is trustworthy, even when he leads us in ways we don't understand. Till next time, God bless, and we'll see you.